Welcome to the Tech Clean California Contractor Intro video. By the end of this training, you'll understand the purpose and goals of the initiative, advantages of participation, benefits for you and your customers, and resources available. The training will take no more than 15 minutes. Let's get started. Over the next 5 to 10 years, utility prices are expected to change. With policy goals and consumer demand shifting the space and water heating market, California is investing over $1 billion in the transition to heat pump technology. Changes can already be seen statewide. 50 cities have prioritized new ordinances for electrification, including Berkeley, San Luis Obispo, Santa Monica, Davis, San Francisco, Sacramento, Encinitas, and Santa Barbara. In turn, contractors can expect to see increased product availability and a growth in revenue for heat pump HVAC and heat pump water heaters. Now let's give you some background. Tech Clean California is a 4-year initiative designed specifically to help contractors keep up with market trends. With ever-changing utility costs and greater desire for efficiency, California's market is shifting towards heat pump technology for space conditioning and water heating. Tech has 3 objectives. The first is to motivate the supply chain by providing incentives that make heat pump technology profitable for contractors. By coordinating with other local and statewide programs, Tech is streamlined and scaled to make participation simple and straightforward. The second objective is to drive consumer demand and increase consumer awareness through proactive replacements. Tech will support this by providing a one-stop shop for finding available websites online, plus promoting participating contractors' company listings. Lastly, Tech aims to provide contractors with technical and sales training from manufacturers and world-class instructors. This will help incorporate heat pumps into your business model and take the guesswork out of installation needs. Contractors are the most important part of transitioning to new technologies that provide a more resilient, efficient future. The goal of this initiative is to make heat pump installations profitable and easy through incentives paid directly to you, providing easily accessible knowledge and resources, and hosting opportunities to earn heat pump water heaters for your home. So what makes Tech different, and why should you participate? This initiative was designed with contractors like you in mind. To simplify and streamline participation, Tech offers a one-stop shop clearinghouse website of all available statewide incentives. This way, incentives can be aligned and scaled, and you can offer a higher quality product to customers at a great price. Understanding that heat pump technologies are new for many, Tech also provides a broad range of trainings to boost your company's skills in sales, installation, field coaching, and incorporating heat pumps into your business model. To make sure you have the support you need, Tech also has a dedicated contractor support team. Each company is assigned their own account manager who can support with enrollment, projects, paperwork, and questions. Lastly, participating contractors have an opportunity to get free heat pump water heater equipment. This can allow you to gain experience with installations and the technology firsthand. Once enrolled, there are also many benefits to take advantage of. Contractors have a unique opportunity to leverage the initiative's state-supported presence and marketing by having a listing on the public-facing website, receiving co-branded materials, including your logo, and other customer-facing program materials. Your company can also rest assured that help is just a call or email away. Every enrolled company is assigned a dedicated account manager to keep up with your activity and needs. They can provide one-on-one support through trainings, help you navigate project needs and paperwork, and keep you updated with the latest program developments and industry resources. Heat pump technology and the concept of electrification is new to you. Have no fear. Tech can help incorporate these into your business models through trainings. These are offered by manufacturers and world-class instructors with the goal of building your company's skill base in sales, installations, and field coaching. Let's take a look at some of these offerings, which include building performance, system performance, equity, multifamily, field coaching and troubleshooting, and business model support topics. For trainings relevant to continuing education units, or CEUs, for NATE and BPI, or applicable NCI certifications, certificates of completion are awarded. Building performance trainings are offered by Electrify My Home, EMH, and system performance trainings are offered by National Comfort Institute, NCI. Multifamily trainings are also offered by our partners, Association for Energy Affordability, AEA. Trainings may be offered online, in person, or in the field. Offers a Contractor Knowledge Hub hosting articles with a wide array of program information. The program also hosts a training hub on the Switches On, which shows a full list of all the tech-sponsored trainings. The Switches On is also host to a variety of program tools and resources. And finally, our Incentive Clearinghouse website is the site in which contractors can directly apply for program incentives. In the meantime, it will be helpful to get familiar with these websites. Here, you'll find information on the initiative, how to get involved, and contact details. The consumer-facing website can be found at switcheson.org. The Contractor Hub is located here as well through a different pathway shown on the screen. This concludes your introduction to Tech Clean California. We appreciate your time and look forward to working with you on your first project. To contact us, please email us at tech.contractor@energy-solution.com. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the IRIS onboarding video. My name is Esther and I'll be your guide on today's walkthrough of our online portal, or IRIS. Our journey will start with information on reserving funds. Next, we'll go over the different types of questions that you'll see in the claim form. Then we'll go over IRIS's other menu buttons. And finally, I'll close out with additional contact information. For multifamily and commercial projects, creating a reservation is required. The reservation form for each program is linked here, as well as the site where you can find additional information and resources. If you still can't find what you're looking for, contact us at one of the inboxes shown. For the single family or general market rate program, reservations are optional. You can still submit claims without starting a reservation. However, we do highly recommend that you create reservations first. Valid reservations must have the following required information in IRIS: the customer address and name. If it is an HVAC project, then the signed contract must be uploaded and the date of the signature entered into IRIS. Or if you have a heat pump water heater project, then the signed customer terms and conditions document must be uploaded and the signature date manually entered into IRIS as well. On a biweekly basis, or more if needed, the program team will do a scrub to add reservation received notes. And here's an example of what that note looks like. Once your reservation receives this note, editing any of the required reservation information is not allowed. Your reservation is still considered valid even if we didn't get a chance to add this note, so long as all the required reservation information is provided. Reservations will expire 90 days from the day it was created, and this created date can be found towards the bottom of the claim form. Look for the transition date section. Expired reservations are automatically rejected by the portal, but if funds are still available, then you can create a copy of the expired reservation to re-reserve incentives. Reservations are created using the Tech Clean California claim forms. Once you enter the required reservation information and upload the signed document, leave the claim in unsubmitted status until you're ready to submit. Click Save to Draft at the very bottom of the form once you're done with the reservation. After completing the enrollment and onboarding process, you'll get access to our portal at catecincentives.com. The email will come from this no reply address, so check your junk or spam folders. This section on the right has links to helpful resources and updates on key program changes. If you're having issues logging in, check that you're using the username we provided you, not your email address. This is usually set up as your first initial and full last name. After logging in, you'll see this dashboard. To start a new claim or reservation, clicking one of these two buttons will bring you to the claim form. And did you know that Iris works on mobile devices? For best compatibility, we recommend using the Chrome app. First things first, be sure you've got the right program selected. Changing the program after this step could cause issues with the claim form, which may delay payment. Once you enter the project address and click Continue, the rest of the form will load. If you're unable to continue, check that all required fields have been filled. And if you're only submitting claims to a tech partner program, like the Bayren Midstream Heat Pump Water Heater program, then you would use the same tech form. And before we move on, please note that the following slides have examples taken from both program claim forms. To see a full list of the claim form questions, download the project checklist at the Switches On link provided here. Questions marked with a star or asterisk are required fields and cannot be left blank. Even if it doesn't apply, you'll still need to provide an answer in order to submit the claim. Here are some non-applicable answers you can use. Certain questions allow for multiple answers to be selected, and to remove a selected answer, click the X button on the left, or choose the None option if it doesn't apply. Pay close attention to text below the questions for additional guidance on filling out the claim. Here are some examples from the heat pump HVAC form and the heat pump water heater form. True or false questions are presented with this round icon. Click to toggle between true, which is the green check mark, or false, the gray X. For signature dates in Iris, they must be accurate at the time of claim submittal. As a reminder, here are the eligible dates. Ineligible dates or dates that do not match the signature date of the related document will be rejected. If it was a typo, you'll still need to resubmit as a new claim. Next, we'll go over adding equipment information. For our claim forms, we allow for one model number per claim. If you need to create a second claim for a different model number, include the corresponding claim number in the notes. To add information, go to the Materials section of the claim form. Click the green Add Material button to see this next pop-up. For HVAC projects, count only the outdoor condensing units towards the quantity and serial number. If you know the AHRI reference number, select a product type first from the list shown on the right, then enter the reference number in the Source ID field. After doing so, you may need to wait a few moments for the system to load, and then you can enter the quantity and serial numbers. After you're done, click the blue Add this material to claim button. And if your model number cannot be found, email the AHRI certificate to tech.incentives@energy-solution.com. For heat pump water heater projects, non-J13 compliant heat pump water heaters are not eligible for tech incentives. You're still shown this option because these units may only be incentivized through a tech partner program, such as the Bayren Midstream Heat Pump Water Heater program or the Electrify Your Home CCCE Heat Pump Water Heater program. And again, if your model number cannot be found, please email the model number to tech.incentives@energy-solution.com. Before you upload your invoice, make sure it has these required items. We're going to check for the invoice date, the customer's name and address, the tech incentive name and full amount listed as a line item, the equipment details including the quantity, project costs, which will also be asked for in the claim form. Here is an example of that. and the amount that you enter on the claim form should be the total cost prior to any external or internal incentives and discounts from being removed, and the electrical upgrade details and costs itemized. This is for heat pump water heater only if you're pursuing the bonus. On the customer contract that we require for HVAC projects, we'll be looking for the customer's name and address. We'll also look for the signature and that it was dated on or after April 25th, 2023. For heat pump water heater projects, we'll be looking for the program customer terms and conditions. On that document, please make sure that you have the customer's name and address, the customer's signature dated on or after October 31st, 2023. The document must also be fully completed and make sure that the required boxes are checked. All of the information on this document must match exactly with what you type into Iris. For equipment nameplate photos, the model and serial number must be clearly visible. The only exception to this is if the previous unit's nameplate is no longer legible. All information on the nameplate must match the equipment details submitted on the claim form. For HVAC projects requiring HERS, all pages of the HERS report are required. We will not accept screenshots of a completed summary page. If your project is exempt from HERS testing, photos of the nameplates are required, especially the condenser's nameplate. You'll also need to answer these two questions on the HVAC claim form. As I mentioned in a previous slide, claims submitted to tech may be eligible for additional incentives. You must be an enrolled contractor in that tech partner program, and there are additional requirements for incentive eligibility. Once you click Submit, Iris will automatically generate the subclaim and submit it to the partner program if it finds that the zip code is in the eligible territory. Here's an example of what that looks like in Iris. For this example, the partner program subclaim is on the top, as you can see where the CCCE acronym is, and then the Tech Clean California subclaim is on the bottom. If you have questions about this, check out our knowledge base articles. Alrighty, who's ready to go over some of the menu buttons on the left side of this screen? For check details, check the Payments section of Iris. You'll need to click the Payments button once to show additional buttons, and then click the Payments button below to see the screen. If you click the blue check number, it'll show you additional details such as claim numbers and addresses associated with that payment. Here in the Messages Center, you'll see information on claim status changes, such as when a claim was paid. If you see a notification like this that says an awaiting participant action needed flag was added, go to the claim and review the flag notes for the correction request. To see a list of all of your claims, click the Claims button and then the List option. At the top, you'll see different ways to filter your list of claims to help with your project tracking. To filter for claims awaiting corrections, select the Participant Action Needed option under the flag type. If you need to edit a claim or reservation, start by clicking the blue Claim ID. Clicking the Claim ID will bring you to this Details page. Before we move on, I'd like to provide a reminder to please do not delete your claim by accident. If you do so, we cannot recover the lost data. If your claim was already in submitted status, clicking Edit Claim will remove it from our queue and move it back to the unsubmitted status. Claims are reviewed by the date it was last submitted, so resubmitting claims for a newer timestamp will delay your processing time. Once you're in the editable mode, please do not change the program that was selected. As a reminder, changing this field will cause issues with the form that can delay approval and payment. Once you're done with your edits, remember to click Submit. If the button is unavailable, that means the required field is still blank. And please do not click Submit if you're still waiting on documentation or permit numbers. Flags are color-coded symbols that represent the status of a claim or subclaim. The most important one to look out for is that yellow triangle. If you see that action required flag, that means that a correction flag was added. And if you see a green check mark, that means you have nothing to worry about. The flag has already been cleared. Processing hold flags do not require your attention. This is our standard flag that is put on every claim after they've been successfully submitted. The application processors will also clear this flag after they've completed their first review. For more flags and definitions, check out our knowledge base. Now, if you see this awaiting participant follow-up flag, this does mean that your attention is required. The processors will use this flag to communicate correction needs in the flag notes. If you need to contact us, here are the teams that interact with your claims. Frontier Energy will be your main point of contact for all other program needs. Energy Outlet is the point of contact for incentive claim corrections. And Energy Solutions will be the point of contact for IRIS issues. Each of the team's inboxes are shown here. And that brings us to the end of our time together. Your login information will be emailed after you've been fully enrolled in tech. Remember to check those junk and spam folders if you don't receive the email. And thank you so much for hanging out with me here today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Welcome to the Tech Clean California Contractor Onboarding Training about the new heat pump water heater incentives and the key requirements you need to know. By the end of this training, you will understand an overview of the new incentive levels, eligible projects, and other key rules. You'll also understand the new customer enrollment requirements and why those are important and beneficial to customers. All the information shared during this training is available in more detail online. Please see the links under this video. Heat pump water heater incentives and key rules. Tech is relaunching $80 million worth of new heat pump water heater incentives, which are available statewide starting October 31st, 2023. The incentives are available to all residential customers throughout California, and there is also a new budget for commercial customers. However, this is available in select territories only. Please reference our Tech Contractor Knowledge Base article, Qualifying Home Types and Customers, for more information. Incentives are available for retrofit projects only, not new construction. These new incentives come with some new requirements that most contractors are likely unfamiliar with, so it's important to absorb the information in this training to ensure your projects are eligible. At a high level, the new requirements are that contractors must set up the heat pump water heaters to shift electricity usage off evening peak hours. And customers must agree to be enrolled on a time of use rate, if not already on one, and must enroll in a demand response program. We'll talk more about these requirements later. First, let's understand the eligible heat pump water heater project types. You'll see us refer to these names a lot, including in the next slide that shows incentive amounts. For a little terminology, unitary just means one heat pump water heater installed per dwelling or business. The heat pump water heater equipment itself can be integrated units or split systems. Residential unitary is any residential project where the heat pump water heater is serving a single dwelling. This includes both single-family unitary and multifamily unitary projects. Multifamily is any property with 2 or more dwelling units. We sometimes group single-family and multifamily unitary into one category of residential unitary because they share a lot of the same rules, such as incentive structures. Multifamily central is any multifamily project with one central heat pump water heater system providing hot water to more than one household. Commercial unitary is any project where the heat pump water heater is serving one non-residential customer. They don't have to be truly commercial buildings. They could be any non-residential building, such as a government building or school. The commercial unitary category includes small business unitary, which means the project uses the same equipment as residential unitary and follows the same rules. It also includes large commercial, which means the project uses commercial heat pump water heater equipment. All types of multifamily projects, as well as large commercial projects, require a reservation and proof of milestone before submitting the final incentive claim. Please note that there's a 90-day timeline which begins at reservation confirmation. Before proof of project milestone must be submitted with all design drawings and equipment specification. Here are the incentives. There's a lot to see here. Most importantly, incentives are higher than ever before, and that is because of the new optimization requirements, which we will discuss soon. It's also important to note that incentives can stack or layer with other heat pump water heater incentive programs. The total incentives from tech plus other programs are capped at the total project cost. Applicants will need to note on the claim form the total amount of other incentives contributing to the project. You'll notice that for each type of residential incentive, there are 2 rows, for general market and equity. Higher equity incentives are available to customers who meet certain income thresholds. Please reference our knowledge base article, Equity Budget Eligibility and Verification, to learn more. Next, you can focus on the first column as the base incentive level. Incentives start at $3,100 for general market and $4,185 for equity. Amounts are pre-calculated for all project types except for multifamily central and large commercial. For those projects, our team will work with you to calculate the incentive per project based on the thermal storage capacity of the system. The additional columns are additional incentive amounts that a project can earn if the heat pump water heater uses a low global warming potential refrigerant, if the tank size is 55 gallons or larger, or if eligible electrical upgrades are required. Note that the tank size adder and the electrical incentives are only available for residential unitary projects. Here are the electrical costs that can be covered with the $2,000 general market upgrade incentive and the additional pre-electrification costs that can be covered with the $4,000 equity upgrade incentive. The $4,000 can cover a combination of the electric and pre-electrification costs, up to 100% of the total upgrade costs. The $2,000 electrical upgrade general market incentive is capped at 50% of the total electric upgrade cost. Feel free to pause on this slide if you want to absorb the details, but remember, all of this information is also available on the Tech Contractor knowledge base and other program resources. Here are some important rules to remember for all your project types. TMVs are required on all installations and must be properly installed and calibrated. TMVs must conform to the standards listed on the slide. Contractors must pass 100% of the incentive to the customer, and the incentive amount must be listed on the invoice. It's recommended to provide the incentive as an instant deduction to the project cost, but contractors are also allowed to do a delayed pass-through if they wish. Incentives are available for all types of replacements except heat pump water heater replacements, and the incentive amount is the same regardless of the former water heater type. For residential unitary projects, heat pump water heaters must be sized at a minimum to meet California Plumbing Code first hour rating. Please refer to the table on this slide and in other program resources. We will be asking for a number of bedrooms and bathrooms on the incentive claim form and cannot approve incentives for undersized heat pump water heaters. Here's a quick overview of the equipment requirements. Feel free to pause on this slide, and you can also reference the qualifying equipment articles on the knowledge base, as well as the qualified products list on the incentive resources page of the Tech Contractor Hub. Please note that while most units on the market are eligible, there are additional additional equipment requirements as compared to the first round of tech incentives. Now it's time to learn more about the scheduling and enrollment requirements that we mentioned at the beginning of this training. We know that a lot of this is new, but will all help customers reduce their electricity bills and contribute to additional societal benefits. First, what do the new requirements mean and why are they important? Time of use rates are electric rate plans with prices that are varied based on the time of day and the season. They include off-peak hours with lower prices and peak hours with higher prices. In California, off-peak hours are during the daytime, with peak hours most commonly between 4 to 9 p.m. Demand response programs reward customers for making small changes in their energy usage, most often to decrease electricity during peak hours. As California continues to electrify, we see in the evening or peak hours that there is more electricity demand on the grid as compared to the middle of the day when solar and clean energy are more abundant. This makes it harder for California to provide enough clean electricity to meet the evening demand for electricity. So in order to continue to electrify and also make California's electricity supply cleaner with more renewable resources, we have to shift some of the electricity demand out of the evening hours and into the daytime. Heat pump water heaters have the special ability to act like a battery with their large tanks of hot water and shift electricity usage from the evening to the daytime. They can be optimized to heat up to their full temperature during the middle of the day, which means that they can reduce their energy usage during evening hours, only using electricity if needed. Customers still have hot water whenever they need it, so there's no comfort impact. This is why the state of California is providing higher incentive levels for heat pump water heaters than ever before, because they provide these additional benefits when installed in this optimized way. This is what contractors will achieve by setting the heat pump water heater to follow a time of use rate, or for multifamily central and large commercial, using custom scheduling. Customers on time of use rate benefit from this type of optimization because they will be using electricity when the prices are lowest, and will avoid paying the highest electricity prices. The demand response program enrollment is an additional optimization opportunity. Demand response programs encourage participants to make slight shifts to when they use energy to further reduce demand for electricity during peak hours. There are two types of optimization required: enrollments for customers and scheduling for contractors. Customers must enroll in a demand response program and agree to be enrolled on a time of use rate if they're not already on one. More on this in a couple slides. Contractors must set up the heat pump water heater to shift load or electricity usage off peak hours. For residential unitary and small business unitary, contractors set the heat pump water heater to follow time of use rate, meaning it will prioritize heating during the middle of the day and will minimize electricity usage during peak evening hours. For the heat pump water heaters on the qualified products list for these types of projects, setting this up is simple, just a few clicks on the manufacturer's phone app. For these projects, we'll need applicants to upload a photo or screenshot from the manufacturer app confirming successful setup when submitting the incentive claim. For more information on how to set up these schedules, including manufacturer-specific instructions, as well as guidance on the correct screenshot to capture, please reference the heat pump water heater time of use rate scheduling article on the Tech Contractor Knowledge Base. For multifamily central and large commercial, more custom scheduling will be needed. Instructions will be available on the multifamily and commercial web pages. Now we'll go into the details of what's being asked of customers and contractors for the new DR and TOU requirements. Requirements are different based on project type, so not everyone needs to do all of the above. Check out the table on the right side of the slide for more information. For both TOU and DR, the customer will specifically agree to the requirements by checking boxes on the tech program terms and conditions, which they will need to sign. If the customer doesn't have an eligible DR program or TOU in their area listed on our program website, then the enrollment requirements do not apply to them. Contractors will need to confirm that all the necessary boxes on the terms and conditions are checked or else the incentive can't be paid. The terms and conditions contains links and QR codes for customers to learn more information and review their enrollment options. Use rate. The customer must agree to be transitioned to a TOU rate if not already on one. Many Californians are already on one, especially those who already have solar or an EV. The customer needs to provide their electric account number on the terms and conditions. This is necessary for the utility to be able to check whether they're on a TOU rate and put them on one if not. Contractors should take care to check that the customer put in the right number. If it's incorrect, we only need to reject the application and ask you to resubmit with the correct number. The terms and conditions clarify for each utility which number is needed, and we will also have a knowledge base article with more information. If you are comfortable asking for a copy of the customer's electric bill, you could pre-fill the correct account number in for the customer. Or when you're on site, you can ask them for a copy of their bill to review for account number accuracy. The handout flyer we're providing for you to give customers asks them to have their bill available when you arrive. For the Demand Response Program enrollment. All customers must actively enroll in a qualifying demand response program. We can't facilitate this on the back end for them. Customers will have the option to enroll in any qualifying DR program of their choice. As discussed on the previous slide, there are many options. Enrollment can take as little as 3 minutes. Contractors are encouraged to familiarize themselves with the options and are invited to call out any option which they think will be the best for their customer to help narrow those choices. Contractors are expected to help the customer enroll before completing the sale. For any single-family and small business incentive claims, we will be paying out incentives before we confirm DR enrollment to support your cash flow. However, it's critical that the program sees a high percentage of customers enrolling in DR to ensure future funding, and we will be verifying enrollment for every project. Corrective actions, such as program suspension, can be taken for contractors whose customers do not consistently enroll in a DR program. Thank you very much for attending this training and participating in Tech Clean California to install heat pump water heaters. We look forward to working with you.